You know what my name is?
I don't know who you are.
You don't know how to play the Lash. I think it'd be fun if you learn. I mean, he's only the best character in the game. That's what I told myself earlier this week, and now I'm having twice the fun playing Deadlock. Old Seismic Slam, Jack Sleep on steroids, and Lae'zel's sweeping attack, this swaggering Giga Chad of New York won my heart instantly. Naturally, I referred to what is effectively the Holy Bible. Vorip's big damage, absolute Chad Lash, Bebop sucks. The gospel itself, fresh out of the oven, made on April 17th. This was a marked improvement from whatever this is. My journey of loving Deadlock again was storied and winding, but you too can learn to love playing alongside me. So, I suck at Deadlock.
It makes me cry.
But this is okay, because Lash reminds me a lot of Bucky in the sense that he delivers a really fun player experience, despite being pretty easy. Let me break it down for you, Mark. Your one is a ground smash. It's like that shit you do to bounce someone off the trampoline and up into space. It deals more damage when you're higher up. You can bounce off walls, use dashes, and leap from rooftops to gain altitude, or you could just use your 2. When you press 2, the game checks to see if you're sort of selecting a target ahead of you. If you're selecting some type of character, NPC or PC, you go flying above them. It gives you some buffs too, so it's the perfect setup for your combo. It's worth noting here that it also resets your dash limits, so if you've already expended plenty of stamina on the ground, you'll have another chance to continue maneuvering up in the air. I suggest looking for walls to hop off of as a means to start improvising. And your 3 is an all-reliable cone of damage that heals you. Good for trades, good for sustain, good for a burst. Personally, I think this tool single-handedly saves Lash in lane. It'd be hard without it, given that your all-in cooldowns are both long and highly committal in the early game. His ult is just super fun. When you click 4, you start to slow fall, make an AoE ahead of you wherein you're focusing. If enemies spend too much time getting focused by you, you can lift them up over your head to send them flying to a destination of your choosing. You can cast it early. To be honest, you need to be ambitious with this move. It's not a consistent move in fights due to New York's dynamic map, and it's not particularly damaging by itself. Worst of all, towers aren't really all that deadly to be around in this game. Smashing someone under tower is not a guaranteed death sentence by itself. Though, obviously, it leads into a pretty sweet combo. But who gives a shit? I'm playing a mobility character in a video game. I'm fast, high-flying, swaggering, and most of all, having the most fun in the entire lobby. That is, of course, until... My path to loving my life, curing my cancer, and saving my marriage was hard, but all things are possible through the Lash, who strengthens me. This game in particular was a psychological hellscape that all boiled down to a single conflict. A spiritual soul bearing that caused me to question what it means to be a The Lash main. But we've got to get there first. So, I start off lane pretty confidently. I've yet to see an Apollo capable of maneuvering in a 3D environment, and I'll show you his results later. I find the Lash to be a great laner and oftentimes feel comfortable taking trades.
Piece of shit.
Especially since my mobility shines out other characters, like Apollo, who invest their power budget into mobility. Though, I will admit, my personal vendetta against Bebop did, on rare occasion, alter my decision making. But can you blame me? Look at this guy. It became pretty immediately apparent that I was laning with a competent Mina. Naturally, I took advantage of this deficit with some psychological warfare. I paid the price dearly, but I didn't let it stop me from my own righteous indignation. After all, the Lash can't actually lose. This must have been some kind of fluke. The karmic system of the universe will learn its lesson. Though I love a great many things about Deadlock's feel, it doesn't quite have the excessive smoothness of the average modern-day MOBA. This is to be expected. I mean, it's not even available to the public yet. We get one of many successful double kills due to a clutch Lash ult. Of course, as they always say, the enemy of my Bebop is my friend. Mina and I both lead with a decisive Souls advantage, even toting kill streaks. But this was hardly the end of my epic clash with the Vessel of Iniquity itself. We swaggered into mid-game contentedly, not knowing how the other lanes had fared. The logical man would carefully alter his items and gameplay to acknowledge that Drifter was single-handedly winning the mid-game for the opposition. The Lash man hunts down Bebop to the ends of the earth. See, for the message I desire to truly ring true, this match must be an endless cacophony of Bebop's screams. For these glossy-eyed, uninterested casuals to truly get what I mean, I must exist in a constant state of fragging out. That is, of course, until the words of Mama Lash ring true. Until the sentiment of those you love confronts your very soul.
Reason 101, the Lash is better than Bebop. The best revenge is a life well lived.
What have I been doing? I used my laning skills to enter the mid-game with the most souls in the game. How can the Lash be greater than everyone if the only thing he bothers learning from is Bebop? He can't. The real The Lash is more than Bebop. The Lash is the Lash. The Lash carries his teammates, strikes despair into the hearts of enemies far, far beneath him, and thugs it out every single match. The real Lash is a team player, but you'd already know that if you were subscribed.
Hi. Yes, hello. Thank you for watching. What is basically effectively why I love Lash in disguise. I was really glad to make this video at this particular time because I knew that I wanted to continue making more Deadlock content that was happening, but I wasn't totally sure what video I was going to make. I actually sat around in my editing software for 2 days, not totally sure what I was going to do. And then the script for Why I Love Lash, what this basically is, came to me in the middle of the night, and then I was able to basically do all of it in one go. I was glad to make Why I Love Lash in this particular time because he's my first favorite. Like, he's the first character that I've really clicked with playing in Deadlock, and I've only been playing the game for like a week or whatever. And so that's kind of a special place, you know what I mean? The last time that I can think back to the time that I played a MOBA and had, you know, my first favorite character was probably like League of Legends Azir in like, I don't know, 2012 or whatever. Like, it's really been a long time, and that doesn't come around often. And so I'm sure that the Lash will hold, you know, a special place in my heart as I recall him in the distant future. As you can probably tell, this is a little bit of a deviation from my typical editing style. And I think that came out, it kind of happened naturally because I was really glad and really happy to have gotten 1,000 views on a video for the first time. That was a big deal, thank you guys, that was impressive. I was really in a good mood about that, and so I think that kind of seeped in to the editing that I did for I think I'm gonna title this video #1 Lash Multiverse, if I remember that correctly. That seems like a little bit more of an alluring title than good old-fashioned Why I Love Lash, but that's what the video is anyway. Ultimately, let me know if you guys have any input on what you've seen today. Do you like this heavier editing style? Is there still more demand for Deadlock? I talk a lot about how I make it to respond to each comment that I get. And that has been true, except with one exception. There was one guy on the last video where he was speaking in tongues, some sort of ancient foreign language, and I wasn't actually totally sure what he was saying, so I didn't say anything because I didn't know what to say. But after days of contemplation and sort of a few entrances into the astral plane, I've come to realize that he was asking for more Deadlock. So whoever views this video, let me know if this is the type of stuff you want more of. Do you want more heavily edited Deadlock? Do you want more heavily edited other games? Do you want more Deadlock, but it's not more heavily edited? Whatever. I have a small populace of viewers right now, and so individually satisfying each of you for what you might want to see is a really high priority. So if you guys have any input, the only time I missed a comment was because I had no idea what he was saying. So long as your message is sort of, something I can translate, then we can make it work, you and I. We can get that communication going on. Thank you for watching my video. A lot of work went into it, and have a good Saturday. Peace. I'll see you later.